Hey, what's up guys? So this video is going to be another one of those concept talks that I did like the last video. I'll probably be doing one more and then I'll go back to the trick tutorials. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about finding your niche. So it's basically going to be just me giving tips for distinguishing yourself in the Balisong community. So the first thing that I would say you should do when you're going, like just approaching, entering the Balisong community and starting out trying to distinguish yourself is to spend the first, I would say at least first 2 years. If you're like really ambitious and you really like practice a lot. I didn't practice a lot in the beginning, but if you did, I would say about 2 years is probably good enough. You should just do like a survey of the different types of flipping that you can do and the different types of flippers in the Balisong community on Instagram and stuff like that. Just get familiar with as many people and their styles and just see what you like. So while you're doing that, hopefully you're getting exposed to a lot of new flippers and new tricks and all that. And so you shouldn't be afraid to DM people and ask them like, hey, can I get a slow-mo of this trick? You can actually screen record and slow it down yourself, but sometimes it's nice to get it and ask them and see if they can record it in better lighting so you can get a better shot of what you're trying to learn. Or you might even be able to join live streams. I've had some luck joining live streams and actually asking like Ethan Mitchell. I asked him a bunch of times if he could break down a trick and actually explain it, and he's cool enough to do that, so you might have some luck there. Main thing is just to be like just polite basically, and just be like social. Don't be like antisocial and just basically demand stuff from people. Just be like, hey, can I get this, like without being like you're just asking for like demanding something. So once you're pretty confident that you've tried a lot of different stuff, like a lot of techie like ladders and rollovers and all that, and you've tried like aerials and seen what you like, and like fanning and everything, and you've seen a lot of different Balisong flippers, like you're pretty sure that you found at least like the most prominent flippers and seen what they do, then you can start actually picking who are your favorite flippers and what are your favorite styles. And at that point, what I think the key is to distinguishing yourself in the community, like in the future, once you become really advanced, like your third or fourth or beyond, your third or fourth year and beyond, is to ask yourself, what about my favorite flippers and my favorite styles can I do to make something that I like more? So you're not really trying to be better than other people, because this is like, one, it's not even really a sport, so there's no way to really measure whether or not you're better than somebody. It's all based on like preference. So you're just gonna fall into a rabbit hole if you're trying to compare yourself against everybody and be better than some other dude. The most important thing is to do something that you like more than anybody else's. And since this is such an important point in developing your own style and kind of distinguishing yourself in the Balisong community, I'll just give an example to explain what I mean. So even now, but especially before, like my first couple years, I saw Joff style and really liked it, and I was like, it'd be awesome if I could do something like that, kind of make something interesting with that. But I had to ask myself, do I think that I can kind of develop my skill to make something like similar but different to his, that I found more interesting than what he was doing? And I realized the answer is no. And that's because I really hate those little finger manipulations, like developing that, just messing up like a triple scissor over and over again until I get it. I hate that. So I realized that that wasn't the way to go. But I also realized that I really like Matt Thiam style and those aerial chains and stuff like that. I also saw Ethan Mitchell do them. I saw him do some aerials and stuff like that, and I realized that I really like aerials, and I also really like adding some athleticism into my flipping. That's just kind of what I like. So I realized that I wouldn't just like actually having that skill, but I would also really like developing it. Like actually practicing flipping like that would just be fun in itself. So I realized that was the way to go for me. Then once you figured all that out, the next step is to start acquiring those specific tricks. So you want to start actually like actively, consciously molding your style to what you want. So what you'll start doing at that point, so before that you were just learning as many different types of tricks as possible. But now what I would suggest is that you start learning 2 to 3 tricks. You take about 2 to 3 tricks and spend like 2 weeks trying to learn them, trying to get them down. And those 2 or 3 tricks should be really specific things that you know, okay, to build the style that I want, that's like for me, like that's close to aerial chains, I'll need to learn these 2 or 3 different aerial chains. And maybe I'll throw in, like a transfer or something, because transfers couple really well with aerial chains. And don't forget every couple weeks to just kind of look back on your progress and see, am I going too slow? Like, am I happy with how quickly I'm progressing? Or maybe has my idea of what I want changed a little bit? Do I need to, maybe I actually wanted to learn like a bunch of different transfers and I only learned one. I was neglecting them, so you got to throw more in there. Just make sure you're reflecting on your progress and if it's still what you want it to be. Because another important thing is that basically your compass that is going to keep you from ending up just being a clone of those other people you admire is like really your personal preference. So you have to kind of follow not just the tricks that you're learning from other people, but how much you like seeing yourself do it. And like basically, it's hard to explain. Like the things that you like are going to be where your originality comes out of. So you're going to feel like a want to do something a little bit different, and that's going to be exactly what makes you distinct from other people, and it's going to be at the end of the day what you really like about your distinctiveness from other people in the Balisong community. All right, so that's everything I wanted to talk about. I hope all those tips helped. I picked this topic to talk about because it really pertains to what I'm trying to do with this channel. So basically, I'm trying to help people do something like what I just explained, where let's say you are interested in doing something related to my style. So you see in what I do and you go, okay, I want to do something new and cool related to Red Edge's style. So I give all these different tutorials, and also I give my approaches to developing my style so that you can do that 2 to 3 week thing where you just kind of learn tricks maybe that you find in my YouTube channel. And it goes a lot more smoothly because you have those tutorials, and before you know it, you have something new and interesting that was like facilitated by this YouTube channel. But like I've said earlier, I'm gonna probably do one more of these kind of concept discussions, and then I'll go back to the tutorials because I figured you guys might be saturated with tutorials. Like all like the different moves that I talked about took me a long time to learn, so I figured that like if I keep putting them out like on the constant, then you might get behind. So I just wanted to give it a couple weeks break so that you could catch up, hopefully. And yeah, I'll get back to the tutorials. So good luck with your flipping, and I'll see you guys next time.